Welcome to Sociology Visualized. In today's lecture we will discuss Radha Kamal Mukerjee, one of the pioneering figures in the development of sociology in India. Radha Kamal Mukerjee is widely regarded as a founder of Indian sociology and a scholar who made significant contributions to sociology, economics, social ecology, and the study of social values. During the early 20th century, sociology in India was still in its formative stage. Many scholars were attempting to understand Indian society through Western sociological frameworks. However, Mukerjee made an important intellectual effort to develop a distinctly Indian sociological perspective. His work is unique because he attempted to integrate sociology with economics, ecology, ethics, and philosophy. Instead of treating sociology as a purely empirical science, Mukerjee believed that sociology must also examine the moral foundations of society. Therefore, his sociological approach can be described as normative, interdisciplinary, and civilizational in orientation. Life and academic background. Radha Kamal Mukerjee was born in 1889 in Bengal during the period of British colonial rule in India. He lived during a time when Indian society was undergoing significant social, economic, and political transformations. He pursued higher education in economics and social sciences and later became associated with the University of Lucknow, where he played a crucial role in developing the Department of Sociology and Economics. Mukerjee's academic work was influenced by both Western sociological thought and Indian philosophical traditions. From Western thinkers he drew inspiration from sociologists such as Auguste Comte, Herbert Spencer, and Patrick Geddes. These thinkers influenced his understanding of social evolution and ecological relationships. At the same time, Mukerjee was deeply influenced by Indian philosophical traditions, particularly the ideas of moral order, harmony, and dharma. Because of this combination of Western sociology and Indian philosophy, Mukerjee's sociology reflects a synthesis of empirical analysis and moral philosophy. Interdisciplinary approach to sociology. One of the most important features of Mukerjee's sociology is its interdisciplinary character. He believed that society cannot be studied through sociology alone. Instead, sociology must interact with several other disciplines such as economics, ecology, psychology, ethics, philosophy. According to Mukerjee, social life is complex and multidimensional. Therefore, a sociologist must examine economic processes, environmental conditions, cultural traditions, and moral values simultaneously. For example, economic development cannot be understood without examining environmental resources, social institutions, and ethical considerations. Thus, Mukerjee's approach represents an early attempt to develop holistic social science. Concept of social ecology. One of Mukerjee's most influential contributions is the development of the concept of social ecology. Social ecology refers to the study of the relationship between human society and the natural environment. Mukerjee argued that human societies develop within specific ecological settings. Factors such as geography, climate, natural resources, and ecological balance shape the economic activities and social organization of communities. For example, societies located in fertile agricultural regions tend to develop agricultural economies and rural social structures. In contrast, societies located in industrial regions may develop urban industrial systems. Mukerjee therefore emphasized that sociology must analyze the interaction between human beings, their environment, and social institutions. He also warned that excessive industrialization and exploitation of natural resources could disturb ecological balance and lead to social crises. Because of this ecological perspective, Mukerjee is often considered a precursor of environmental sociology. Theory of social values. Another central contribution of Mukerjee is his theory of social values. According to Mukerjee, values are the fundamental principles that guide human behavior and social organization. Values determine what individuals and societies consider desirable, meaningful, and morally acceptable. Mukerjee argued that every society possesses a structured system of values, and this value system forms the basis of social order. Without shared values, society would experience conflict, instability, and disintegration. Mukerjee classified social values into several categories. First are biological values, which relate to basic human survival and physical well-being. Second are economic values, which are associated with production, distribution, and material welfare. Third are social values, which emphasize cooperation, solidarity, and social organization. Fourth are moral values, which involve justice, duty, and ethical conduct. Finally, there are spiritual values, which deal with higher ideals such as truth, compassion, and ultimate meaning. Mukerjee believed that the progress of civilization involves the gradual movement from material and biological values toward higher moral and spiritual values. Thus, for him, the development of society is not merely economic but also ethical and spiritual. Social structure and moral order. Mukerjee's understanding of social structure is closely related to his theory of values. He argued that social institutions such as family, religion, economy, and state are not merely organizational structures. They are also expressions of collective moral values. For example, the family is not only a biological unit but also a moral institution that teaches individuals values such as cooperation, responsibility, and respect. Similarly, religion reinforces moral norms and social solidarity. According to Mukerjee, social order is maintained not only through laws and authority but also through shared moral commitments within society. Therefore, sociology must examine the ethical foundations of social institutions. Civilizational perspective. Mukerjee also adopted a civilizational approach to sociology. He believed that different civilizations develop unique systems of values, institutions, and cultural traditions. Each civilization reflects a particular combination of ecological conditions, historical experiences, and moral ideals. Mukerjee argued that Indian civilization historically emphasized spiritual values, social harmony, and moral responsibility. However, with the spread of industrialization and westernization, many traditional values began to weaken. Mukerjee believed that modern societies should not completely abandon traditional cultural values. Instead, they should attempt to create a synthesis between tradition and modernity. In this sense, Mukerjee's sociology attempts to reconcile scientific progress with moral and cultural traditions. Sociology as a normative science. Unlike many Western sociologists who treated sociology as a purely objective science, Mukerjee believed that sociology should also serve a normative function. This means that sociology should not only explain social reality but also guide society toward a more ethical and harmonious future. Mukerjee believed that modern societies face numerous problems such as social conflict, economic inequality, environmental degradation, moral decline. These problems cannot be solved solely through technological progress or economic growth. They require the development of strong moral values and ethical responsibility within society. Therefore, Mukerjee argued that sociologists should actively contribute to the moral reconstruction of society. Major works. Radha Kamal Mukerjee produced a large number of influential works in sociology and social philosophy. Some of his important works include The Foundations of Indian Economics, The Regional Sociology, The Social Structure of Values, The Dynamics of Morals, The Theory of Human Society. Through these works he attempted to build a comprehensive sociological theory that integrates economics, ecology, ethics, and culture. Criticism of Mukerjee. Although Mukerjee made significant contributions, his work has also been criticized by some sociologists. One criticism is that his sociology is too philosophical and normative. Critics argue that it focuses more on moral ideals than on empirical research. Another criticism is that his theory of value sometimes appears idealistic, emphasizing harmony and moral unity rather than conflict and power relations. Some scholars also argue that Mukerjee did not adequately analyze issues such as class conflict, caste inequalities, and political power structures. However, despite these criticisms, Mukerjee remains an extremely important figure in Indian sociology because he introduced innovative ideas such as social ecology and value sociology. Conclusion. To conclude, Radha Kamal Mukerjee occupies a crucial place in the development of sociological thought in India. His work is significant because he attempted to create a comprehensive sociological framework that integrates ecology, economics, ethics, and culture. His concept of social ecology highlighted the relationship between society and the natural environment. His theory of social values emphasized the moral foundations of social order. And his civilizational perspective attempted to reconcile Indian cultural traditions with modern scientific knowledge. Through these contributions, Mukerjee helped establish sociology in India as a discipline that is not only analytical but also concerned with human welfare and moral progress. If you found this lecture helpful, do like, subscribe and share this video. Thank you.